24 hours of contact.
Thank you for coming to AppSec Village. Like all villages, it's a true labor of love. We are so glad that we could connect with our community in an immediate and meaningful way while socially distanced. We are super excited to have worked with and for all of you to bring together 27 hours of content and one of the most innovative new CTFs out there. I'd like to introduce you to Eduardo Villa, who is the mastermind behind the CTF Squared, to talk to you a little bit about what CTF Squared is and who our winners are.
Cool, thank you, Tiffany. So yeah, the idea with CTF Squared was to do it kind of backwards, where the players are the judges and the authors are the competitors. And this kind of came from an idea that from previous events called Golden Flags and WCTF, but there was nothing quite like that, where we just tried to encourage people to both write challenges and submit their favorite ones for the last couple of years. And we learned a lot, and we want to make it better for next time, but this is just the beginning of, I hope, something great. And we were really lucky that we had a lot of very good judges, including people that are really well known in the community for their skills and what they are. And that also proved to be a bit intimidating. So yeah, it's both and bad, good and bad at the same time. So yeah, I think first of all, I want to announce who is the overall best task winner, and the winner will know who they are as I am describing their task, but you will find out at the end. So yeah, so the author described this task as his magnum opus, which essentially means that he regarded it as his most important or best work he ever did. And this is how he described it in Twitter, not on the task description. And when the judges started looking at the task, the first impression was, oh my God, it just looks through the README. I just looked through the README and watched the presentation. This looks really, really amazing. I talked to the author, and he said that it took him 100 to 120 hours to work on this. And this is overall for every judge that looked at the challenge was really, really happy and kind of fall in love with it. So without further ado, Zachary Wade from the PPP team is the winner for the best overall task, which was called the Whatness 2 is the second one. In the second part, another reversing challenge was from Schlaf Wandler. The name of the task is Elise VC. And it also was a difficulty finalist. So he won both for one of the best reversing challenges and the most difficult but reasonable challenge. We think this was approximately a 15-hour challenge, which is a lot of time for a 48-hour CTF. And one of the judges described it that as soon as they opened IDA, their first impression was, which is a very good thing for reverse engineering. The next one is an education finalist and also one of the MISC challenges finalists, which is called dumpster diving. This is a very recent challenge. It was just done a couple of weeks ago in ActivityCon CTF, and the author is John Hammond. The reason this won as the best education finalist was that the hints provided by the authors in the description and the subtle guidance made it a really good educational challenge, so that even if you don't know what you have to do, you can kind of figure it out without like having to know a lot. So it's a great thing for people to learn. Another challenge from the same author, also one for MISC. It's also similar. However, in this case, you almost start from no information, and you still are able to kind of figure out a way to the end. And these two challenges from the same author have completely different game mechanics, but at the end, both are very, very enjoyable and satisfying. For Pwnable, Monropoly is our fun finalist, which means we think it's one of the most fun challenges to work on. And as one reviewer put it, I laughed out loud as soon as I SSH'd the challenge. So as soon as I opened it, I was laughing. And that's like a really, really good challenge, just if the first impressions are so good. It's relatively simple for modern standards, but it also makes it a very good beginner challenge. Another really good challenge for Pwnable, it was Back to the Future. And this one was also very simple. It just gave you a very old Netscape browser. That's it. And the problem is that it cannot be run in modern kernels, which means that the only way that you can run it is if you install a very old computer in a VM, a very old Linux in the VM, or something like that. And this meant that some players had to write the exploit blindly, as if it was like a very hard task. And also, it created a lot of very innovative and interesting solutions from players. One other challenge that won in the pwnable category was Graph by Board Person. This challenge had 2 points. It mostly bypassed an assert and had to initialize the stack, which made it a bit different. But other than that, it was just a good pwnable. From the web category, we have PGUI from Zachary Wade as well, who won the best task overall. The judges had never seen this technique before, so it was kind of like novel and innovative from that perspective. Another challenge, which was almost the best task, and it took us a long time to discuss which one was supposed to be the winner, is Angry Defender by Piotr Krysius from the P4 team. I'm sorry for your name. So similar problems were presented before, but this talk presented a new variant that we all thought it was unsolvable. So when we saw the challenge, nobody solved it for like the first 36 hours on the CTF where it launched. And at the end, a couple of teams solved it, but it was like a breaking ground type of challenge. And finally, for crypto, we have Silk-like by Factorial from Massive CTF. And the challenge code is very simple, but the problem is really, really hard. It's just like a very simple mathy challenge that you can just solve without any guessing. And then finally, software update from OOTS. And yeah, the judges liked the setting because they thought that this could be a challenge that could happen in real life. And it was very crypto-y. And yeah, it was the favorite from finalists. And that's it. With that said, I hope next year we have a lot more submissions and we have a lot more interest. And I hope this is something that the community can embrace and grow into something more going forward.
I really can't wait to see where the CTF goes next year. And this year, people only have like a few weeks to get a challenge together. Next year, they're going to have months. And of course, we don't yet know who won the player side of the CTF. We have 3 winners, and we don't know who they are because they can play for another hour. So I'd like to say thank you to all of our judges so much, and thank you to all of our task writers. If you were just listed as one of our winners, you're going to receive your 2021 DEF CON badge from us. No standing in line, awkward handshakes, totally optional, but you will get your badge from us. We will deliver it to your hotel, so please wait for us to send you some emails. And of course, our grand prize task winner is 100% getting a elite amount of money. We've got $1,337 headed your way, as well as your badge. So I want to say that our community works best when we can integrate many user expectations and points of view and experiences from a wide range of members of AppSec folks. To that end, we're really excited to have represented 18 speakers from all over the world with just as many professional backgrounds to help us enrich the industry as a whole. We're really proud that one of our founding principles is being an inclusive force in AppSec, and that has really guided all of our actions. So we want to report that this year we had 20% of our speakers and presenters were women or non-binary speakers. Our goal is to increase our speaker gender diversity year over year, so please help us by submitting tasks or giving us suggestions for how we can invite more people easily to us, and connecting us with your favorite speakers so that we can reach out and beg them to submit to the CFP. We work really hard to make sure that we've eliminated bias from as many levels of our process as possible. And we want to be inclusive to new careerists as well as mid-career folks and people who are advanced in their career. We want to make sure that we have content and representation of everybody. So please, if you see a way that we can do better, reach out and let us know. Or if you see a way that we're doing great and should just amp that, reach out and let us know. We hope you've enjoyed our talks and workshops and roundtables this year. If you've missed any of our talks, you can check them all out at the AppSec Village YouTube channel. We're really excited to say that all but one of our workshop leaders have generously agreed to release their workshop streams on YouTube. So you'll be able to virtually take the workshops as well. Follow us at AppSec Village on Twitter for updates on content, to let us know how we can better serve you, and to give us ideas for what you want to see. We can't wait to see you, hopefully in person next year, but also virtually throughout the year.